When a nation begins to twist the very laws that should protect her citizens, then justice itself becomes a prisoner. And that, my friends, is exactly what happened in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you are listening to this right now, please kindly share and like and subscribe to this channel so we can continue to bring you these stories as they unfold. This is not just a legal case, it is a moral test for Nigeria. A test of whether the rule of law still means anything or whether it is now just slogan for those in power. Let us be clear about two undeniable facts. First, Nnamdi Kanu was illegally, extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya. Not extradited. Renditioned. There is a difference. Extradition follows a lawful process, one that involves courts, documentation, and respect for international treaties. But rendition is the violent opposite. It is kidnapping. Plain and simple. It is the abduction of a man from foreign soil without due process and smuggling him back across borders like a criminal trophy. That act alone violated Nigeria's own laws, Kenya's sovereignty, and international human rights conventions. It was condemned by the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, which demanded his release and compensation. So how, I ask, can a court of law preside over a case that began with an act of lawlessness? You cannot build justice on the foundation of injustice. If this arrest and transfer were illegal, then every subsequent proceedings that flows from that act is tainted, null and void. The court should not only refuse to try him, they should be demanding answers for how a citizen of Nigeria was abducted in another man's country in violation of international laws. And yet, here we are, pretending that due process still lives, while its corpse is lying before us. Second, and perhaps even more shocking, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, the highest court in the land, had already discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. That means the matter was decided. The matter was dead, final, and closed. The principle of double jeopardy, enshrined in both Nigeria and international law, forbids any man from being tried twice for the same offense. It is one of the oldest safeguards of justice known to humanity. So when the same government turns around to retry him on charges that have already been dismissed by the Supreme Court, it is not just illegal, it is the betrayal of the Constitution itself. We are watching. Nigerians are watching a tragedy unfold, where politics is trying to overrule the rule of law, where vengeance is wearing the mask of justice. Nnamdi Kanu is not in trial anymore. Nigerian legal system is. Can we respect our courts? Can we honor our own laws? Can we look the world in the eye and still say we are a nation governed by justice, a nation governed by laws, until Nnamdi Kanu is released, until this obvious illegality is corrected? The answer is no. The rule of law must mean something. And if it doesn't mean justice for all, even for those the government call dissenters, then it means nothing to all. The illegal rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya disregard of Supreme Court judgments. These are not small technicalities. They are the very pillar of injustice, standing tall in full view of the world. It is time for conscience to rise above politics. It is time for Nigeria to redeem herself beyond history. Record, this is one of the darkest hours in our history. Because every day that Nnamdi Kanu remains in detention, despite the law and despite the courts, is a day the Nigerian constitution bleeds and justice cannot breathe. Please kindly share this and like. And subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Thank you.